Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I wanted to speak about this the first time I saw it, but I needed to go and find the video again just to make sure I got it right and I heard what he said. But a lot of people are talking about what Jeremy said on, I think, a live stream for Friday Night Tights. Nerdrotic had basically attacked him and said, you don't make a video without checking, trends basically, what's trending on YouTube and that. And I think he said he doesn't do that. And then Jeremy went into, but you all do that. We all do this basically. We use one little thing, we take one little thing, we build a whole narrative about it. That's all we do, is just make narratives. And of course they all freaked out, and Ryan and him were saying, look, and Roddick, who's the leader of the whole lot, his wife is like the hitman who goes out and does his work for him, the dirty work for him, but he's actually the leader of this little group, apparently, allegedly, supposedly. And he said, no, I just give my opinion. And I'm like, yeah, no. And then Ryan was saying the thing, well, I only talk about what's in the news. He said, no, you take the same thing, the same issue, the same topic, and, you stretch it into like 7 different exact same videos, like a week. And it's like, that's exactly what they do. They take one little story or news item or something someone says in an interview, and then they relate that to this theme or narrative that they have, and they just go into that. And it's probably the worst examples of it, I think, are Clownfish Media. They'll bring up like something Disney did in one of the Disney parks for like a minute. They'll cover the news part of it, and then the next 18 minutes is just the same rant over and over again, how Disney is basically dying and they're not relevant anymore, and this is all happening because they went woke, and basically they're trying to push like gay agendas onto children and all this sort of stuff, and they just go over the same stuff over and over again. And like, I used to listen to them because they talked about things that interested me, and but now it's like that gets about 2 minutes, then the rest of the video is just the same spiel, the same speech, and it's all about gaslighting and propaganda. And that's what you do. You basically engage people emotionally, and you draw people in with a topic or something that's current and contemporary, and then you connect that to your propaganda, your spiel, your speech, whatever, and then you just say the same thing over again, and people just hear it over and over again, and they just start to believe it's true. They don't question it. It just becomes fact. It's just their reality, and that's what their base wants. They want to hear those narratives over and over again. They want to be told that's what's happening, that's what's true, and that's all they want to hear. And these people know that, and they just feed it to them constantly. Like, they just take the smallest thing and just relate it to their topic, and they just go over it again and again. And I just can't believe that he admitted that they do that. That it's all a big grift, basically, and we just take these little things that happen, all these things, and we just spin it into our narrative that we've created, that we tell, that we've constructed for our base that want to hear this, and we just say it over and over again. And it was just really shocking and amazing to see them say that, because, like I said, I've watched these guys for years, and that's all they do. They just like they'll just get a little bit of news and then relate it to how Disney's doing this or Marvel's doing that, and then they'll go in and talk for like 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes about how Marvel has this female agenda and they want to get rid of all the men and make it the MCU, and there are probably some extremists on the left working in Disney and who do have that idea, but that's not what's happening in general in the media. So it's just bizarre and weird, and it was just I don't know. People are saying that Jeremy's thinking of getting out of all this, that he's got side hustles or he's got different channels and stuff, and maybe he's just done with it, because I just don't know how much longer these guys can go on doing and saying the same thing. But I think, like I said, some big, huge sort of chunks of their audience wants to hear this stuff over and over again. They just tune in for what they want. And like, I see on the other side, like MSNBC, every video is someone's opinion on how bad Trump is and all this. And I'm like, I don't need to hear your opinion about this. I already believe this anyway. But I know that some people are just seeing that and go, oh, they're going to tell me what I want to hear, and that's all they listen to. I'm like, so you have extremists on both sides doing the same thing, because they've worked out how to play both sides of the culture, because we're so tribal now, and particularly America's pretty much split 50-50, and anyone who takes either side will get half the audience, and no one gets the whole audience anymore because there isn't this general audience anymore. There's no in between. It's just you're one side or the other, and they've worked out how to play this and spin it, but it can't go on forever. At some point, people are going to get tired of hearing the same thing. And, you know, Kathleen Kennedy, I mean, how many times has she been fired now? 1 million times. She gets fired every other week because that's what people want to hear. You know, Alex Kurtzman gets fired every other month because that's what we want to hear. And I wanted to hear it for a while until I realised, oh, they're just telling me what I want to hear. It took me a minute. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I was trying to do a shorter video. I didn't think I'd be able to talk for long about this, but I did. And I'm going to go. I'm glad he said it. I just hope people heard it, and you know, there are more examples coming up like this, and I just hope people start hearing what these people are actually like saying.